I heard an incredible story once. I'm not sure it's real, or it's a wind-up, but I'm SB Dagan, and I shall tell you exactly how I listened to this story. It's about a guy who fell through the door of a pub which leads out to the cellar. He hit a number of metal objects and died instantly, which is a good thing, really. It came about that because the pub had been shut down, ready for demolition for a number of years, someone had opened the cellar door for some prank, some reward, so to speak, you know what people like. Well, for a number of weeks, rats fed on the corpse. Eventually, wild dogs turned up and finished off the rest. Well, somehow, somebody's bone was digested and swallowed by a number of these rats. And you'd be surprised how far rats will travel to get food. Well, this particular 3-foot long rat, a huge mother of mothers, was hit by a car crossing the road late at night. Next day, a cat came across it, half its size, grabbed Oliver around his neck and walked off to where it was dwelling, you know, free food, free home, free everything else from suckers, human. And he started eating this dead rat, because it's to the cat, it's a delicacy. A big, juicy, fat rat. Well, he eats half the body and leaves the rest. Well, for some odd reason, the cat vomits the entire half of the rat's body that it managed to eat and swallow. And as the woman who owned the cat was washing it away, because she has bad eyesight, she accidentally washed some of it on the open boots of her husband, who happens to work in a well-known English supermarket. And on that day, he woke up late because he suffers from migraines. And we quickly put on his boots, got in his car and drove a few miles out of the road to this large English superstore, man. Getting out the car, he realised that there was something in his boot and it was very painful and very uncomfortable. He needs to get the clock in. He's late, he'll lose money. So he locks up his car, walks as quickly as possible because it's a very wet area, not allowed to run. And the clock's just in time. Starts work straight away. And eventually puts his hand down inside his boot and rips out and sneezes. To his horror, it falls onto a mincemeat machine, and it's churned in with the mince. And he's looking around. Damn, you saw me. God, that's the spot I like. No one saw me, so we done nothing. Now there are bits of vomit squares and circles and round bits of digested rat in Alex's mince. Eventually, it goes into its individual plastic compartments, this mince, raw mince, and gets shifted and packages in different countries in different parts of England. And as this woman buys this packet of mince and goes home and does a cottage pie and dishes up for her and her husband, and say some left over for her a brother who lives in a mental hospital because his life fell apart when he was sued to bankruptcy and lost his business. And the food in his mental asylum is atrocious, like eating cardboard out of time or dead rats, so to speak. And they heat up the cottage pie in the local microwave in the kitchen of this mental ward. And she prepares and cooks some lovely sprouts and potatoes, bisto and oxo gravy. Heats up nicely. Hello Steve, how are you today? No response, because he's a cabbage head. He's got a complete meltdown. His brain is somewhere else, but it's not with him at the moment. And as he tucks in, he bites in the and his sister opens up, what's he opening him up? And pulls his rat's bone out. And she says, oh, wow, where did this come from? He turns to her loving, devoted husband. Trevor, we got to be careful about this. Some might be thinking we're trying to kill Stephen. So let's not mention it. Got the letter with you today. So Trevor pulls out the letter from his jacket inside pocket, gives it to his devoted wife, and she says, Steve, I've got good news and bad news. The insurance has come through, £250,000. But because you're a meathead and your brain is somewhere else, and I like being in a petri dish, being examined by scientists for intelligent life, the fire that was caused and burnt down your pub, and we claimed the insurance that we started and blamed you for it because you're a meathead, has come through. And so it's a roundabout cycle that this unknown guy fell in the open cellar door of this pub owned by this meathead in this mental hospital who's just bit on the rat that fell on the dead body, but then ended up being chewed by some cat of the woman who's related to this meathead former pub owner. And they see their perfect opportunity. So they force feed him the rest of the mince and put this bone, which looks like a bone actually, back up in the mince and force him to eat it. And they just sit there, seeing him. All of a sudden, he reaches and pukes out all his insides and his cooked mince and mashed up sprouts and potatoes and bisto oxo gravy all over his visitors who's just been trying to kill him with a piece of foreign bone. And they've got vomit all over their face and their hair. And it's, oh dear, it's disgusting. Oh, they're trying to wipe it off and it's going all over their face and all over their clothing. They smell like vomit. Oh, gross, disgusting. And he suddenly wakes up. He's been pretending he's a meathead. And their jaws drop and touch the table. And he says, well, you almost succeeded in killing me with this bone. But the point is, I've been recording the entire conversation of your confession of attempting to burn down my pub and rip up the insurance company. And you've made my day. You see, to trap idiots, you've got to sometimes behave like an idiot, behave like a meathead. And you two dorks who are now covered in vomit, swear bits of sprout and mushed up potato all over your hair and all your face, your clothing, you sound disgusting. So the moral of the story is, if you're already stupid, don't try and be clever and rip someone up and break the law. I'm F.V. Dagan. Goodbye.